So today, Donald Trump decided to pardon a criminal. Spitting on the community that's fought him for a long time. For a president that claims to be a rule of law president, he's done the opposite. He's ignored what this court behind us said, and he's moved to pardon a criminal. We defeated that criminal. We defeated Sheriff Arpaio. We put him behind us. In the same way, we will defeat Donald Trump. What Donald Trump has done today was not just pardon Arpaio, a person that no longer affects our communities, but he tied himself to the legacy of white supremacy, racism, and racial profiling we have lived in Maricopa County. It is now our responsibility to let the country know what is coming to them. The suffering that happened here in Maricopa County, Marty Atencio, the people who died in his jails, all the families that were broken up. Catherine Figueroa, who at 9 years old had to watch on TV her parents being arrested. And the thousands of families that were broken apart because of Sheriff Arpaio. He will be condemned, and the white supremacy that both Sheriff Arpaio and now Donald Trump are showing will not be pardoned. We will not forget. We will use this anger to take out Donald Trump in the same way we took out Sheriff Arpaio. Behind you, behind me, you see a strong community that not only survived but thrived under the rule of white supremacist Sheriff Arpaio, and we will do the same under Donald Trump. El día de hoy no solo perdonó a Arpaio, pero el presidente Trump se ató a la legacía de supremacía blanca de Sheriff Arpaio, de la gente que murió en su cárcel, de las miles de familias que fueron separadas por el racismo y el odio de Sheriff Arpaio. El día de hoy estamos aquí para anunciar que así como nos deshicimos de Sheriff Arpaio, vamos a hacer lo mismo con este presidente. Nuestra comunidad, nuestra cultura, las personas que están aquí, el odio que trae este presidente. Now I'm going to introduce Viridiana Hernandez, who at one point, as an undocumented young person, took the biggest sacrifice that an undocumented person
that this is okay, and allowing all the other races, law enforcement agencies to feel like they can do this. We have fought for decades and we are not done fighting. We're not going to stop. This is another hurdle, but we've been here before. We've lived under Arpaio, and like Carlos mentioned, we have survived and we have thrived, and we have kicked him out. Our community has fought and our community has won. And Trump is just one more. We're going to fight and we're going to get him out. And we're going to resist every single day like we have been resisting our whole existence. Our local leadership, local people, all the supposed allies, there's no more middle ground. You have to take a side. There's no negotiation, there's no compromise. And we expect leadership from the city and the state to pick sides. Are you going to stand for all of this that Arpaio and Trump stands for by pardoning racism and supremacy and hate and bigotry? Or are you going to stand with the community that has been fighting and resisting? Sheriff Penzón continues to do Arpaio's dirty work and Trump's dirty work. Phoenix Police Department continues to do Arpaio's dirty work and Trump's dirty work. And we see that, and we know, and we want you to know that we see that. And we're going to continue to fight. And you don't get to say you're on our side, but continue to allow this to happen. So this is a wake-up call for everyone else, because we know that this is the reality we've been living. We're not surprised, even though it hurts, even though my little brother and sister are asking, how did this happen? Even though my mom is asking, where is justice? So even though it hurts, we know that this was where our country is, and we know that this is where our leadership is. And so we're calling for all our local leadership to take a side. Mi nombre es Viridiana Hernández, soy la directora del Centro de Liderazgo Comunitario y estoy enojada, estoy frustrada, estoy triste. Lo que hizo Trump hoy al perdonó racismo, perdonó el odio, perdonó todas las cosas inhumanas que hizo Arpaio a nuestras familias, el terror y el temor que metió a los niños. Y aunque ya sabíamos que esto iba a pasar, porque es lo que sabemos que son racistas, todavía duele ver esto. Y nomás tenemos el mensaje a los líderes y disque líderes y disque que apoyan, que ya no hay en medio. Tienen que tomar un lugar. Porque Penzón, el alguacil local, todavía el alguacil Penzón sigue haciendo el trabajo sucio de Arpaio y de ahora de Trump. La policía local de Phoenix y todos los departamentos locales siguen haciendo el trabajo sucio de Arpaio y Trump. Y nosotros sabemos eso y nosotros lo vemos y vamos a seguir resistiendo y luchando como lo hemos hecho todos los días. 4 years ago when I got arrested, defying Trump and letting him know this is where I am, I'm undocumented, and I'm not afraid of you. We're here again. We're still not afraid. We're still not afraid of him, and we're still not afraid of Trump. Hace 4 años cuando hice la desobediencia civil, diciéndole a Arpaio que yo no le tenía miedo, que era indocumentada y que ya no le tenía miedo, hoy estamos aquí diciendo lo mismo otra vez. No le tenemos miedo a él, ni le teníamos miedo a Trump, y vamos a seguir luchando. Gracias.
Next we have Alejandra Gomez from Lucha.
Let's take a moment of silence, because today the country is in mourning. What happened today is the erosion of our democracy. It's the dehumanization of our families that this president wants to wage on us. Trump has sent a message from day one on his campaign trail that he was going to uphold white supremacy and racism, and today that is the very visceral, aggressive, psychological violence that he waged on our families. For the past 7 years, community have been in these grounds protesting, doing voter registration, trying to get Arpaio out of office. And this past election, 2016, voters said enough. The courts deemed him a criminal. But this president, the community had to tell him to follow the rule of law. That's disgusting. That's not my president, and we should be ashamed. Today, he's sending a clear message and drawing a line in the sand against communities of color, immigrant communities, everybody that he targeted during his campaign trail But today, we're sending a message to all those electeds that they too better draw a line in the sand. And they better choose the right side, because if they don't, we're coming.
Next, we have Maria Rodriguez, who was deported by Sheriff Arpaio.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es María Rodríguez. Estoy muy enojada, muy preocupada. Estoy con sentimientos porque yo fui una de las personas víctimas y fui deportada en el 2011 por el sistema de Arpaio, por esas leyes.
My name is Maria Rodriguez. I'm very upset. I'm angry. I'm one of those people that was deported by Arpaio's system in 2011.
Es muy frustrante saber que el racismo, lo que Arpaio ha hecho, que él es culpable, que siendo él consciente de lo que estaba haciendo, violando una ley, ha sido perdonado. Eso no está bien.
It's very frustrating to see that Arpaio, who was actively violating the law, was pardoned today.
Él, sabiendo que violó la ley, se burlaba de nosotros y decía que él iba a seguir haciendo, que no importaba lo de las leyes.
He knew he was against the law and he didn't care, and he went ahead and did whatever he wanted.
Él es un criminal por haber hecho lo que hizo, y él lo sabía, lo supo y está demostrado por una corte.
He knew he was a criminal, we knew, and this court found him guilty of being a criminal.
Y ahora no es justo que el presidente lo perdone. No es justo porque él está apoyando a ese racismo, a esa minoría que somos nosotros, lo está perdonando.
It's not just that he's pardoning after everything he's done to us.
Cuando no nos quiera perdonar a nosotros, personas comunes que venimos aquí a trabajar, no nos quieren perdonar por haber venido buscando una vida mejor o huyendo de nuestro país, que estamos huyendo de violencia, de cualquier cosa. Venimos aquí y no nos quieren perdonar, y no es justo que a él lo perdonen.
They should pardon anyone. It should be us, the people who come to work, the people that came fleeing our countries. It's not just that he's being pardoned and we're not.
Creo que es tiempo que abramos los ojos, todas las personas afectadas como yo, personas que han sido víctimas de este sistema, que se unan, que hagamos algo, porque esto no puede estar pasando. Tenemos que llevar el mensaje al presidente Trump que no nos vamos a dejar.
It's time for the impacted communities like myself to join, to come together and fight back against President Trump.
Gracias.
Thank you. Next we have Ricardo Zamudio, followed by attorney Ray Maldonado.
Good afternoon. My name is Ricardo Zamudio. I'm the director of Social Justice Team at Neighborhood Ministries. And today I want to echo what my colleagues have said. There are many people in our communities that have been unjustly imprisoned and taken away their rights and their lives by nets of white supremacy and hate, like Sheriff Joe and the ones we currently still have in our police department and our even in our 4th Avenue jail. And so not only do I want to ask our leaders to step up and choose a side and be clear on where they're at when it comes to our community being terrorized by these terrorists, this white supremacists. But I also want to call out our faith leaders, our institutional leaders all over the state that have been very silent on this issue, that from their pulpits, from their congregations, from their communities, this hate has birthed the Arpaios, the Trumps. So I want to, as a person of faith, be able to call on my brothers and sisters to be able to step up into this space as well and be a little uncomfortable and be able to accept the fact that there is terrorism within our systemic infrastructure, and there is white supremacy still within our communities, and that this is the price that we're paying now, and that we've paid for so many years. And so I want to ask these leaders, these community members, to step up into this conversation as well, to step up into the pain, into the realities that we faced for so many years, and make that clear decision of where they're standing and their morale, as we know our president's morality has been severely compromised for years. and now this is where our hands are in. So echo again what my colleagues have been saying, and that to make sure that people know and that we know that the community knows that this fight continues. And as Carlos said, as we defeated Arpaio, we will defeat Donald Trump and white supremacy. Thank you very much.
Attorney Ray Ibarra Maldonado.
Good afternoon. My name is Ray Ibarra Maldonado. I'm an attorney here in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm heartbroken, I'm angry, and I feel for everybody that has been a victim of Sheriff Joe Arpaio. When I heard the news about the official pardon, not what he said the other night, but my wife and I were at our 9-year wedding anniversary dinner. And it was funny because when we met, it was at an Arpaio protest 10 years ago. So for the past 10 years, we've been fighting against this racist, narcissistic, egotistic human being who has built a career on the pain and suffering of hardworking people. I've represented people charged with crimes in his jails. I've represented people arrested during his workplace raids. I've represented people suing Sheriff Joe Arpaio for his constitutional violations. And I'm extremely angry to hear that President Trump is officially pardoning this man who has caused so much damage to our community. It was very clear. The federal judge said, Sheriff Arpaio, you can no longer arrest people, Latino people, without suspicion that they committed any crimes. He willfully disobeyed that order, and he was found guilty. I have a separate ask of Sheriff Arpaio. Sheriff Arpaio, I want you to not accept the pardon. Be an adult who believes in the rule of law as you say you do. Accept your consequences. Come to this courthouse October 5th and take your sentence. You violated the law. You engaged in racial profiling. Now it's time for you to pay the piper. It is unbelievable to think in this day and age that someone in the White House can give a pardon to someone who willfully disobeys a federal judge's order. I stand with this community that has fought so hard for the past 10 years, and I am confident that just as we experienced pain and suffering in 2008, in 2010, in 2012, we will overcome. We'll continue to work hard, we'll continue to fight against racism and injustice, and in the end, we will prevail. Not only will we see Arpaio go away, but we will eventually see Trump go away. We will again be having a press conference in a few years talking about Trump going to prison. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I know the folks behind me with all their work are going to make sure that happens. Thank you.
Some of you may have remembered earlier this year Guadalupe Rayos, who was deported. She was named the first victim of Trump. She was originally arrested and convicted by Sheriff Arpaio, and I want to invite her family to come speak on how they feel about this pardon. Aaron.
Buenas tardes. Estamos aquí porque estamos, como ya todos se dieron cuenta, la noticia de que el presidente ha decidido perdonar a Arpaio, y pensamos que es una injusticia. Nos sentimos decepcionados porque nuevamente las leyes de Estados Unidos nos están dejando abajo como comunidad, a la comunidad indocumentada especialmente, a la comunidad hispana. Yo me siento muy desanimado, muy triste porque no se ha hecho justicia por mi familia, por mi esposa, porque Arpaio tiene que pagar por todo lo que ha hecho. Somos muchas las familias que hemos sufrido, como la mía, que hemos sufrido separación, y no es justo que Arpaio no sea juzgado ante la ley como cualquier otro criminal. Como si él es más inocente que nosotros. A nosotros nos hacen ver como criminales. ¿Y dónde está él? Él como criminal. Si él recibe el perdón del presidente, ¿por qué nosotros, los que supuestamente somos malos criminales porque venimos a trabajar, ¿por qué no también podemos recibir un perdón de Él? ¿Por qué nos hacen ver como que nosotros somos más criminales que Arpaio? Nosotros que no le hemos hecho que no le hemos hecho daño a nadie. ¿Qué nos hacen? Nos separan familias, nos hacen daños, causan daño a nuestros hijos psicológicamente, crean miedo en la comunidad. Pero aquí estamos, decepcionados. Pero sé que hay un Dios que lo va a juzgar a Él y me da lástima. Me da lástima, ¿verdad? Porque si no, lo que no se paga aquí se paga arriba. You wanna say something?
Are there any questions? Any questions for anyone that's spoken?
What do you think about the timing of all this? In response to, President today?
I think he was afraid of us on Tuesday. I think he was afraid and he knew what he was doing. He does it today, hiding behind the hurricane as people are suffering. Also, he ordered Border Patrol to check and keep the checkpoints as people were fleeing from the hurricane. At the same time, he's pardoning Arpaio behind closed doors, hoping to get swept under the rug. I think for us, more important now is to fight what's coming. RAISE Act, SAFE Act, to fight the wall. Those are the important battles that are coming, and as he ties himself to Arpaio, he's tying himself to his legacy, and he's gonna push these laws forward. ¿Otra pregunta? Sí. Trump no tuvo miedo. Él pudo haber hecho el perdón aquí, pero tuvo miedo, lo quiso ocultar el día de hoy que está un huracán presente, donde también ordenó a los agentes fronterizos que le pidiera papeles a las personas que están evacuando. Lo que tenemos que hacer ahora es prepararnos para la lucha que viene al frente, la lucha de las leyes que va a empujar a Donald Trump. Folks are available for comment. Councilman Alkowski is also here. We'll be here. We'll be in community. Anyone that's spoken is available for comment. Thank you so much for being here. Arrest Arpaio!
Not the people!
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 What do we want?